Okay, so I wanted to show you the mini album. It's called the Basic Black Mini Album, and I didn't even know this existed until just recently. It is a 6x8 album, and you can put a label on it. You could decorate this if you wanted to, front and back. So today I'm going to show you how I'm choosing to decorate my mini album on the outside. So I have cut 2 pieces from the Ornate Garden Suite designer paper. At first I couldn't decide if I liked the green or the pretty colors, and I went with the pretty colors. So this is about 6 9/16 by 8 3/4. And for some reason the flowers look upside down. I don't know why. That looks right side up to me. So I'm going to go ahead and attach like this. I have my Stampin' Seal Plus because it has better, it's a stronger bond. And I'm going to just go ahead and, I thought about using glue, and you probably could do that just fine. But I really like how smooth the Stampin' Seal Plus works. And I'm able to get it right to the edge without having to worry about any kind of glue dipping over or getting it too wet and my paper getting all wrinkly. There we go. And then I'm going to put a line across here. I'm not too worried about going right to the black because I'm going to put some ribbon to separate the two. Okay, now this is a very strong bond, so you have to be careful that once you stick it, there is no going back. Kind of holding my breath a little bit here. I'm going to go on this angle. There we go. Okay, I chose to go from this corner over because I know I'm going to put ribbon here, so I don't have to worry if I cut my paper a little wacky. Now this is also from the Ornate Garden Suite. It is called the Ornate Garden Ribbon Combo Pack, and it's this really pretty peachy color, which is nice, or this really nice green color, which is nice. And I cannot make a decision. I think I kind of like the green a little bit better. You know what? I'm going to use both. I'm going to do one on the inside and one on the outside. Now I'm going to give you a sneak peek on what's inside. So I don't think I'm going to decorate the inside cover. So what I'm going to do is just cut this a little bit wide. Actually, you know what would look cute? I think what I'll do is plan on tying a bow. And then I'll just use some adhesive to make sure it stays in place. Yep, that's going to be great. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, for this, I am going to use the glue. And, okay, I'm going to take my craft mat. And I'm going to try this. I've not tried this glue before on ribbon. Just going to lay down a little bit of glue on the ribbon here, using my craft mat, and now I'm just going to attach it to the front of the album and then just smush it down so it gets a nice adhesion. And now flipping it over, and now I'm just going to tie my bow. Once I have my bow tied, I'm going to put a little dot of adhesive underneath the bow, just a little glue dot to hold it. And then there you go. The front is now done. Okay, so now it's time to get to the back side, and I've already got my paper pre-cut. It is 6 9/16 by 8 3/4, just like the front. And I'm just making sure that the flowers look right, because for some reason they look upside down. And now I'm just going to use the tape runner. And something I noticed with this, and it's the way I use the tape runner, sometimes I take off too much of the tape, because it's those little like dash lines. And so you might have to take your finger and just kind of get it going again. So I'm just going to make sure that I get a nice good seal on all 4 sides. And here it is again where I just don't end it right. So you'll notice here when I swipe, this is the correct method. You just kind of wiggle and tilt forward, and then that's going to allow the adhesive to stay on the runner, and so you don't get a blank space that doesn't adhere or stick to your project. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now it's time to attach the paper, and I am going to go from the corner on the left and then stick it down towards the spine, so that when I go and put my ribbon across like I did for the front, it will cover up any gaps from my paper. And I just want to push it down, make sure everything is nice and adhered. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did for the front with the ribbon. So now I just got to measure it and cut it out. I'm going to go ahead and just run a little bit of glue on here, and then a little extra so I can stick it to the inside. And just a little tip I learned after doing this video, I had to come in and edit because my boyfriend poked his head in and then the cat started meowing. Glue for the ribbon is not a good choice. It does kind of show through, and even though it does dry clear, there you can still see where the glue is because it's a little bit darker. So in the future, do not use glue to stick down your ribbon. Okay, so now I've got it stuck down to the front, and I'm just going to tie a bow like I did for the front. There we go, and now I'm just going to trim up the ribbon so I have a nice little bow, and then I'm going to grab the front and do the same thing there, just so there's not so much excess hanging off. And I'm so excited to show you tomorrow the inside of my album. But there we go, a nice bow. And here we go, the finished product. It's all nice and decorated. You can go as elaborate as you would like or keep it as simple as you would like. So here's the finished product, and as you see on the left hand side there with the ribbon, you can see where the glue is, it has a darker color to it. So lesson learned, and then here I show an example in the green. So next time I'll share a different technique to attach the ribbon. So come back and join me tomorrow. I'm going to do a Facebook Live and show you all the cool ways you can decorate the inside of this awesome album.